gonna be
And I'll share the screen. It's visible?
yes, now it is.
Perfectly. So today's exercise is fantastic, and that is forgiving. We all hear this thing like n number of times. Forgive others, forgive others, forgive others, forgive yourself, for yourself, for yourself. Whenever we are hurt, we really, hold on to something really tight. And we keep on repeating like for a good sum of time. If we are not aware of it, that, this person did so and so thing, because of that, I'm hurt. And we keep that feeling intact in us, like till the time we are not mindful, and the resultant is that only we only feel burnt and heavy and negative and drained out. So today we are going to talk about how to forgive yourself and to the people who have hurt us. Yeah, today's lesson is about forgiveness, forgiving yourself and those who have hurt you, thus opening your heart to a new level of loving yourself. Yes, this happens each and every time. You will feel such a shift, such a satisfaction in yourself the moment you're gonna forgive yourself for something that you have done wrong, maybe some decision. Think about it, think about it. In past you took some decision, it didn't prove to be, uh, falling in the way that you had thought about it. How you would feel? You will be, feeling not good about it. You will be maybe punishing yourself, blaming yourself. And the day you finally accepted that it's okay, I know I did it, I buy that, that's part of me, but ab ho gaya, and I forgive myself. You will be released. You will feel a different thing altogether in yourself. And in the same way, जब आप किसी और को माफी कर देते हो जिसने आपके साथ खुद को गलत किया हुआ है, और आपको पता है दैट उस इंसान के उस एक्शन से या कुछ भी जो एक्टिविटी की दूसरे इंसान ने, उससे आप हर्ट हुए, आपकी लाइफ किसी ना किसी तरीके से हैम्पर हुई, और आप जब उसको भी फॉरगिव कर देते हो ना, again you feel evolved, you feel so light about yourself because you cut the negative points. And then what you do, what happens the moment this thing is removed in your heart, in yourself, a space is created, because अभी तक तो वो negativity उस चीजों ने ना, grudges ने उस जगह को capture कर रखा था. So the moment you released that thing of holding on to the hurtful things that happened with you, when you release that thing, you made a space, and that space is for love, for loving yourself. Because जब आप forgive करते हो, तो at the end of the day satisfaction किसको मिलती है? It's us. It's us. Yeah, you're on mute.
Sorry, yeah, self-satisfaction actually. I did this thing for giving myself. I mean, you were the only one who taught me once actually. So it really helped, and I was like, wow, it's so I feel like grounded and at peace.
Wonderful.
So
Okay, so on this note, please read it for me today.
sure. Um, so for the past 2 weeks, you have worked on releasing many of the old beliefs that were blocking you. I know it wasn't an easy task, so give yourself time to celebrate your progress. How does it feel today to look in your mirror and feel so much lighter? Take a deep breath in. Now release this breath and say, ah, I'm letting go of my past and I feel great. Forgiveness is difficult area for all of us. We built up the blocks that bind us for many years. Take my hand and together let's work on learning to forgive ourselves and those who have hurt us. You can do it.
Yes. So today, stand in front of the mirror and exactly go ahead, like, take a deep breath in. And when you are taking that deep breath, imagine each and every, like, if you want to do it collectively, good enough. If not, like what I do is I pick up one situation and I imagine all the people who are involved in that situation. So I take a deep breath in. What I do is I take a deep breath in, and then I like imagine the situation that happened, all the people who were involved in that, and then I just like imagine what happened. I don't go in much of detail, and then when I exhale it with this thought that I'm releasing myself with the burden of not forgiving you, because I am done with this, and I'm forgiving each one of you for hurting me. Because what happens, अभी ये मिरर वर्क का जो हमने पहले भी किया होएगा, लाइक जो पहले भी डेज गए उसमें भी हैव डन ना, wherein we have imagined the situation wherein people did something wrong to us, so how we are forgiving, we have done this thing in writing. So now you are pretty much aware of what happened and who did what. So just take a glance of it, see it as a movie running here, and as you exhale it for good for yourself, like and then feel like a hero. Okay, I am letting go this. Like I'm just like letting it go, and I'm just feeling great and fantastic about it. Do that, you will feel so much lighter, especially, at your heart chakra. You will feel so good, so good. And I know forgiveness is never easy, because when you start even writing forgiveness letters, or you start forgiving people by speaking and imagining everything, what happens that you are again facing exactly what happened to you at some point of time with those people, and then you recall many things, and it becomes very difficult. Like you become, you resent that why I have to forgive. No, I don't want to, because मेरी mistake नहीं थी. ये होता है हमारे साथ, होता है ना? नहीं, मेरी हमारी मिस्टेक नहीं थी. कैसे कैसे माफ, मैं कैसे फॉरगिव कर दूं यार, उसने गलती किया था, मैं फॉरगिव कर दूं, मैंने तो गलत किया ही नहीं था. This is what it comes.
And also, I have realized that also in these cases, like even if the person, before we go ahead and say something, even if the person is saying, "Hey, I'm so sorry, I take responsibility for this," blah blah blah, then also we don't realize, all right, so that person is uh, himself or herself saying this, we should go ahead and forgive and close the chapter. Rather than that, we just go on lingering. No, no, this thing was to be done. No, no, that thing is to be done. So we actually don't do
But
it.
now I hope we are going to correct this thing in us gradually, as we are learning how to, implement it and channelize it in a better way. Yeah. Okay, let's go forward.
Mm,
Forgiveness
Forgiveness
opens our.
opens our heart, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Forgiveness opens our heart to self love. If you have a problem with loving yourself, you can get stuck in an unforgiving state. Many of us carry grudges for years and years. We may feel self righteous because of what someone did to us. I call this being stuck in the prison of self righteous resentment. Okay. We get to be right, but never get to be happy.
Yes, just now that's what I told, that this is what happens to us. I should say sorry, but why I should say sorry? Because I have not done anything. See, this happened. See, that happened. Where was I wrong? I was not wrong. Rather, I was the, like I was the much matured person. No, 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 no. Not happening, not happening. Okay, fine. I'll try and forgive, but nahi ho pa raha hai. It happens because we are what doing. We are just, literally, this statement is so right. We get to be right, but we don't get to be happy. And the happiness comes the moment we forgive the person. Let's go forward.
This is a very strong line, actually, and
Yeah,
so true.
we get to be right, but we don't get to be happy.
Yeah. You may disagree and say, but you don't know what that person did to me. It's unforgivable. Being unwilling to forgive is a terrible thing to do to yourself. Bitterness is like swallowing a teaspoon of poison every day. It accumulates and harms you. It's impossible to be healthy and free when you keep yourself bound to the past.
Yes. Like the same thing that we just mentioned a little while ago, that it's you may disagree when it comes to unforgiving, and once you are unwilling to forgive somebody, that's like, a very poisonous thing to do, not for the other person but for yourself, because what you are doing, you are just drinking and accepting and swallowing more of bitterness. And that is not required. Why? Because you don't want to trouble yourself. That's like, every day you are like, like just the way we are doing affirmation to have some positivity. When we are holding on to grudge or, like just the way it's meant that we get into this whole mode of self-righteous and that resentment of not accepting we didn't do anything wrong. Every day we are literally giving ourselves poison to our subconscious mind. We get to be right, but we don't get to be happy, because like a movie tape, the whole situation is going to play in your mind again and again, again and again. And that's not healthy. That's just so uncomfortable. And if at all you want to be fine, you have to make peace with your past in each and every way possible. And just to, like just the way we say now, this was the nail in the coffin. So just like a nail in the coffin with your past, from your past, forgiveness is the last thing that you're supposed to do. Forgive, done and dusted. Yeah, let's go forward.
One of the biggest spiritual lessons you can learn is to understand that everyone is doing the best they can at any given moment. People can do only so much with the understanding, awareness, and knowledge they have. Invariably, people who mistreat others were themselves mistreated in childhood. The greater the level of violence, the greater their inner pain, and the more they may lash out. This is not to say that their behavior is acceptable or excusable. However, for your own spiritual growth, you must be aware of their pain.
We have heard this thing many a times, that if somebody is behaving in a certain way, it's not actually your thing, it's their reflection. It's their reflection. And definitely nobody is asking you to accept what they are doing and get into get affected by that thing, but just be compassionate enough for your own sanity, that it's their own thing and you have nothing to do with it. And having said that, there are situations wherein you are yourself responsible for another person to behave in a certain way. You did something that really hampered somebody in a certain way and they got disturbed mentally. I'm just giving you an example. So now what you are entitled for, you are responsible enough, you should be responsible enough to help them heal that, to help to fix, to let them fix that particular portion wherein you are responsible for that. You're not supposed to heal them upar se niche tak. You cannot do that. But
Are you saying, like, for example, I've got to know one person's area of pain, and I understand this is something that person is doing, and it's a reflection of the childhood. So I am supposed to heal that, or
I will tell you. I'll tell you. For example, you are having a conversation with somebody and someone got triggered with that conversation at that point in time. That person got triggered and behaved in a certain way. So now, because you are mindful enough, do not get offensive with that thing. Do not get defensive with that thing. Don't take it as offense. Rather, just politely explain the part that, okay, fine, let's say, तुम्हारा वो मतलब नहीं था कहने का. I'm just giving you a vague example so that you understand what I'm trying to say. So that तुम उस बंदे को explain कर सको that, okay, fine, whatever you were talking or whatever you were saying, that was not meant to trigger that person or hurt that person in any way. And you ask for excuse, like you ask for forgiveness, that I'm sorry. And that's all. You're not supposed to get into their skin to start, talking and explaining and healing and everything, because like, there has to be a healthy boundary.
yeah, and also that if we are not aware exactly how to heal that person, and we will also, I guess, take in the negative
You
energy as well.
cannot heal a person who, like, even when we go ahead and we talk to somebody, we always ask that, are you ready to heal yourself, for which you are here, for which you have approached me for.
Yeah.
कोई magic नहीं होती, कोई magic नहीं होती है. So it's like, first of all, are you yourself ready for that? Because as a healer, what you will do, you will just go and give them that trigger that they start healing on their own. You cannot heal somebody. We are not magicians. Okay.
I understood
Take
now.
it
It's
from me.
from the incident, right?
Yeah.
The incident you're holding on is to The incident you're holding on to is over, perhaps long over. Let it go. Allow yourself to be free. Come out of this personal prison you have built and step into the sunshine of life. If the situation is still continuing, then ask yourself why you think so little of yourself that you still put up with it. Why do you stay in such a situation? You have a choice. You can stay stuck and bitter, or you can do yourself a favor by willingly forgiving the past and letting it go, and then moving on to create a joyous, fulfilling life. You have the freedom to make your life anything you want it to be because you have a freedom of choice. The purpose of today's lesson is to help you raise your self-esteem to such a level that you allow only loving experiences in your life. Please do not waste your time trying to get even. It will not work. What you give out always comes back to you. So drop the past and work on loving yourself now. Then you can have a wonderful future. One of the most valuable lessons I have learned is that when you do when you do your forgiveness work, it is not necessary to go to the people involved and tell them that you forgive them. Sometimes you will want to do this, but you do not have to. The major work in forgiveness is done in your own heart and in front of your mirror.
Yes, this is what, the best part is. Like, you can write. I do a lot of writing. Write, burn it down. Write and burn it down. If not that, then stand in front of the mirror, imagine all the situation, what happened, each and everything, and then just let it go. You're not supposed to go and meet that person in person and then explain everything and then ask for forgiveness. No, it is not required. Once you do it from here, the vibration changes and things will change for good automatically. Yeah.
That is true. I have done this burning thing yesterday. Actually, I was doing one of your the sessions, the fear session I was doing, and I did the burning thing. And my day was so awesome. I was feeling different, stronger, and because the burden was released, actually, I didn't feel that back.
Lovely.
So remember, forgiveness is seldom for others, it is for you. So many people have told me that they have truly forgiven someone, and then a month or later, they have received a phone call or email from that person asking to be forgiven. This seems to happen most often after doing forgiveness exercises in front of a mirror. So, as you do the mirror work exercise in today's lesson, let yourself experience your feelings deeply. Let's affirm. As I forgive myself, it becomes easier to forgive others.
Yeah. Okay, I'll read this thing. Your day
Mhm.
15 mirror work exercise. I believe you receive the most benefit from forgiveness work when you do it in front of a mirror. I suggest finding a mirror you can sit in front of comfortably. I like to use the long mirror on the back of my bedroom door. Give yourself time to do this exercise, and you will probably want to repeat it often. Most of us have a lot of people to forgive. I'm doing it till date, by the way. Sit in front of your mirror and close your eyes. Breathe deeply several times. Feel yourself grounded on your chair. Think of many people who have hurt you in your life. Let them pass through your mind. Open your eyes and begin to talk to one of them aloud. Say something like, "You hurt me deeply. I thought I would never get past this. However, I will not stay stuck in the past any longer. I'm willing to forgive you. If you can't do that yet, just affirm, I am willing." Your willingness is all it takes to move forward forgiveness. Yes, this can happen that, once you're actually talking to that person in front of the mirror and you want to say that I have forgiven you, you will not be able to say that. And the moment you feel that you are, having hiccups in saying that I have forgiven you, start affirming that I'm willing to forgive you. At least you have taken that step, na?
What does hiccups do in here? I don't understand.
Hiccups as in मतलब अगर तुम हिचकिचा रहे हो अगर आप कि आपने उसको forgive करना है कि नहीं करना और आप ये नहीं बोलना चाह रहे हो and you are just like thinking twice कि बोलूं कि ना बोलूं, I have forgiven you because मैं forgive तो नहीं कर पा रही हूँ उसको. And at that point of time, at least start affirming that I'm willing to forgive you.
Oh, got it.
Take a breath and then say to that person, I forgive you. I set you free. Breathe again and say, you are free and I am free. I love this affirmation. You are free and I am free. It makes me feel so good. I cannot tell you. You are free and I am free. Ah.
This is something what I feel right now. You're saying it again and again. It's like we are in peace and we can live happily. Just let go and leave everything, and other person will be also in peace. Everything is good.
You are free and I am free. Live and let live.
Peace, love is there. I can feel it now.
Notice how you feel. You may feel resistance or you may feel relief. If you feel resistance, just breathe and affirm, I'm willing to release all the resistance. Many in previous sessions, I have mentioned it many a times that don't take any affirmation just as a collection of words together and that you're supposed to repeat it. Jab bolo na koi affirmation, ठीक है? Obviously, like I'm just explaining it to you. That's why I'm mentioning this thing कि अगर let's say मैं कोई affirmation बोल रही हूँ ना, तो उसमें इतनी सच्चाई होनी चाहिए और वो इतनी दिल से आनी चाहिए, इतनी फीलिंग के साथ वो आनी चाहिए कि अगर आप मेरे को सुन रहे हो तो आपको वो चीज फील होना चाहिए. वो होती है असली affirmation रिपीट करना for yourself also. So जब भी किसी affirmation को आप point बनाते हो कि मुझे उसको repeat करना है, this is my affirmation for a day, for 7 days or whatever, उसको feel करो. उसमें कुछ changes लाना है, उसमें changes लेके आओ. But make it such कि वो तुमको अपना सा लगे और खुद के लिए लगे. वो affirmation तुम्हें खुद के लिए लगे. और तब जब उसको repeat करोगे ना, हर बार जब रिपीट करोगे वो उतना सिंक इन होता जाएगा तुम्हारे सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में. Like just the way you felt it, you are free and I am free. As you continue to do this exercise today or another day, expand your list of people to forgive. Remember, forgiveness is not an event, it's a process. You may need to keep working on one person a little longer, each time going a little deeper into forgiveness. Yes, it happens. It happens, like it can continue for like good long time, like long time. I remember I took 17 days to forgive one person at one point of time. 17 days. I was just not able to forgive that person. But now I am set and done and dusted. But yes, it can happen. This may be a day when you once forgive several people. It may be a day when you can forgive only one. It doesn't matter. However you do this exercise is the right way for you. The universe and forgiveness see you're showing up. At times, forgiveness is like peeling away the layer of an onion. If there are too many layers, put the onion away for a day or so. You can always come back and peel another layer. Acknowledge yourself for even being willing to do this exercise because you are healing. Okay, so this means that if you are doing this exercise, you will not get an award if you will sit one particular day and you will forgive every person in your life on that particular day itself. It's a process and it's a deep, deep process. It can take days to forgive one person, because as you will start forgiving that particular person, and if the wounds are really deep, you will take time to forgive that person, to accept it and to release that person. So, and if at all you feel that you're getting stuck in forgiving that person, pause it there and leave it. Come back again and then start the process. All right.
So we can forgive like one person at a time, or like how it is. Like, for example, I'm forgiving right now, and I think that I'm good to go. And in another minute, I want to forgive another person.
It's your calling. That's what it said, that it's your calling. There is no particular way. There is no particular way. It's your calling from inside.
Mhm.
The power is within you. Again, I love this sentence. The power is within you. Your day 15 journaling exercise. Put on some soft music, something that will make you feel relaxed and peaceful. Now take your journal and a pen and let your mind drift. Go back into the past and think of all the things that you're angry with yourself about. Write them down. Write them all down. You may discover that you have never forgiven yourself for the humiliation of wetting your pants in the first grade. What a long time to carry that burden. Okay, so I will share something. I will not go into the details, but when I started doing this thing, I realized that I was carrying something when I was 4.5 years old. And I was surprised that how come I can remember something that happened with me when I was 4.5 years old. So yes, it's a fact. All these, as the mirror work starts and it keeps progressing, many layers get peeled and you get to see something else altogether, different version of yours. Now take this list and write a positive affirmation for each item. If you wrote, I will never forgive myself for so and so incident, then your affirmation could be, this is a new moment. I am free to let go. Remember that sometimes it's easier to forgive others than to forgive yourself. Often we demand perfection of ourselves and are harder on ourselves than on others. However, it is time to go beyond this old attitude. Forgive yourself, let it go, give yourself a space to be spontaneous and free. Yes, this is what we are always taught. And once we are not able to forgive, we tend to take such steps, which is not good. Like, for example, we are, as kids, we are always showed that if you are not coming in top 3 or top 5, you're not a good student. If you're not scoring something above 85% or 90%, you will not be able to get admission in so and so college. And we all get into that rat race. We all are running, and if you're not able to succeed in that, we feel guilty about it. And some people are so sensitive that they only take altogether a different step by committing suicide or something like that. Why? Because the result clear nahi ho paya. Happens. Why it happened? Because you were not able to forgive yourself. Why? You are not able to forgive yourself.
They forget that they have a power and a choice, and they just go ahead and take an step that they think that all right, everything will be finished with that.
No, this happens because you have not forgiven yourself, na? Because आपकी expectation खुद से चीजों को लेके, because we have this habit of doing everything perfectly. Perfect होना चाहिए.
True.
अगर आज मैं थकी हुई हूँ, ऑफिस से मैं देर से आई हूँ, स्टिल अगर मैं 2 सब्जी रोज बनाती हूँ तो 2 सब्जी ही बनी होनी चाहिए. अगर एक दिन एक सब्जी बन गई, रोटी बन गई, तो वो परफेक्शन नहीं हुआ ना. So
Self-expectation.
I will start feeling guilty. अगर एक दिन अपने बच्चे को मैंने रोटी सब्जी की जगह मैंने उसको सैंडविच बना के दे दिया, तो आई विल फील गिल्टी. अगर एक दिन लंच बाहर से मंगा लिया, आई विल फील गिल्टी. आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू वेरियस एग्जांपल्स. एक दिन मैंने कुछ काम नहीं किया और किचन में सारे बंदे काम कर रहे हैं, and आई एम रेस्टिंग, सो आई एम फीलिंग गिल्टी. Got it? And now put down your journal and go outside to a beach, a park, even an empty lot, and let yourself run. Don't jog, run wild and free. Do somersaults, skip along the streets and laugh while you're doing it. Take your inner child outdoors with you and have some fun. So, what if someone sees you? This is for your own freedom. And it feels so good, I tell you. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Your hard thought for day 15, I can forgive. I am one with life, and life loves me and supports me. Therefore, I claim for myself an open heart filled with love. We're all doing the best we can at any given moment, and this is also true for me. The past is over and done. I am not my parents or their patterns of resentment. I am my own unique self. I choose to open my heart and allow love, compassion, and understanding to flush out all the memories of past pain. I am free to be all that I can be. This is the truth of my being, and I accept it as so. All is well in my life. So these are more or less, affirmations that you have to keep repeating to yourself, whatever you resonate to, and understand that whatever happened, happened, whatever you were taught, whatever way you saw yourself growing up and being conditioned by your parents, it's their pattern. You are different. You are you. You have your own traits and you are ready to flesh out everything that is not serving for your highest good, which you are not liking. And you are accepting yourself as whole, गलत भी, सही भी, कुछ बहुत अच्छा भी, कुछ नहीं अच्छा भी. Okay?
Okay.
This is the small meditation that we are going to do. It's again a set of affirmation. Do you wish to do it right now or shall I send it in the group?
No, I wish to do it. This
Do
is
it?
really good. The
Okay.
last one.
All right. So close your eyes and start taking small, deep breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. The door to my heart opens inward. I move through forgiveness to love. As I change my thoughts, the world around me changes. The past is over, so it has no power now. The thoughts of this moment creates my future. It's no fun being a victim. I refuse to be helpless anymore. I claim my own power. I give myself the gift of freedom from the past and move with joy into the now. There is no problem so big or so small that it cannot be solved with love. I'm ready to be healed. I am willing to forgive, and all is well. I know that old negative patterns no longer limit me. And let them go with ease. As I forgive myself, it becomes easier to forgive others. As I forgive myself for not being perfect, I'm living the very best way I know how. It's now safe for me to release all of my childhood traumas and move into love. I forgive everyone in my past for all perceived wrongs. I release them with love. All of the changes in life that lie before me are positive ones, and I'm safe. Now you can rub your palms and cup your eyes and cup your face. Good to go?
Yes, good to go.
I'm
Thank you so much.
most welcome. I will share rest of the things in the group after this, all right?
Sure.
Thank you
Okay.
so much. Bye-bye.